Brian Dulesky with Able Distributors. Today, I want to talk about Legend press gas fittings and why you're going to want these on your service trucks. Let's get right into it. Waste. When you buy a length of gas pipe, you can cut off the threaded ends because you don't use the threaded ends when you use this system, but save them because you might want to screw it into a gas valve or a gas stop and press from there on. So again, there's no waste. The rest of the pipe, as you go, there's no hunting, searching for different size nipples, and if you need this or 15 couplers, I've seen that on jobs, it looks terrible. You cut what you need, and even if you had a 4-inch scrap piece, that's still usable because if you had two 45s that you wanted to marry together or offset 90s, a 4-inch piece would be perfect. So again, there's no waste. No mess, number two. I've threaded pipe, it's messy. There's no way to get around it. It's a messy process. You got oilers, you got metal shavings, it's a mess. No mess with this process. And again, with the mess, even using the pipe dope is messy. I've got Carhartt jackets still covered with pipe dope. I don't know how I get more on me than the pipe, but it happens. Less to carry. Now you are going to need the press tool and the jaws, but what I'm hoping is you got the press tool and you got the jaws for copper water press, so you'll get another set of jaws for the Legend gas press. So the tool is multi-purpose, different jaws for different products, but you don't have to carry the oiler, the bucket, the stand, the threader, the dies. It's just an extension cord. You don't have to carry all that stuff. You're more mobile than you've ever been before. Instantly an expert. To take a kid, you'd think it'd be pretty simple to teach somebody pipe dope, thread it in, snug it up, don't over tighten it. But I see it all the time. It's either loose, they didn't tighten it, they over tighten it and crack the fitting, they didn't put enough pipe dope on. I've seen pipe dope with Teflon tape and then pipe dope again. That's way messy. Instantly an expert, once you teach somebody how to prep the pipe properly, and we have a video that we're going to link below, Scott talks about all that. Once it's prepped properly, this is kind of a guaranteed thing. Results without worry. That kind of goes back to that other point number 4. When you're threading pipe, is it tight? Did you use enough pipe dope? Is the pipe dope that you used good? Is it the right type of pipe dope? Did you put enough Teflon tape on it? Did you spin the Teflon tape on in the right direction so as you thread it in, you're not peeling it off? And what do you do after you run 50 feet of this and your thread joint is not perfect? It's leaking a little bit. Well, as you tighten one, you're loosening the other end. And now you're redoing the whole job. So results without worry, I like that a lot. Number 6 would be fixing an existing leak. Now, I've had situations where 15 feet in from the gas meter, but 20 feet from the furnace and all the other appliances, there's a coupler that's leaking. Has it been leaking for 5 years, 10 years, or did it just start? Why did it start? Maybe not enough pipe dope, maybe it wasn't tightened all the way, whatever the reason. The only way you can fix that leak now is to either unthread and re-put together everything between there and the meter, or everything between there and your furnace, your water heater, your dryer, your fireplace, whatever, your stove, whatever other appliances. That's just a lot of work either way. The other option is you cut it out, have a handheld threader and an oiler and make a mess in the people's basement, threading each side, put 2 unions on there, put a nipple in between. Well, now you've got 7 joints where you only had 2 before, or you get the press coupler, slide it on, mark it so you know where it is, put a nipple in between, press, and you're done. Much easier, much faster. All these things mean less time messing around with that job, less time cleaning up, less time trying to track down the right size nipple or the right size piece of pipe, less time running a cord and setting up your threader and then cleaning up all that mess, less time making sure that your apprentice or the guy you're working with did everything. Too many times people test fit because they're like, okay, we got to get just the right nipple size, blah, 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 this one's too short. And then what happens is you get one joint that nobody ever tightened. Results without worry and existing leaks, it all saves you time. Yes, it's not a secret that these fittings cost more than a regular coupler. It's not a secret. And yes, you're going to have to buy jaws that work on this. The issue is what a threader costs and pipe dope and all that mess and all that cleanup, it's a far better expenditure of your time going with press fittings. This is why copper press has been the #1 popular thing that we brought in new. Gas press is going to be right behind it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, my company, I only do furnace changeouts. Again, I've seen so many jobs where it comes down 3/4, and what happens is it didn't line up. The old furnace didn't line up with the new furnace, and what I see is 8 6-inch nipples, because that's what you fit in your little tray, coupled together, and it looks terrible. It looks unprofessional. One joint, the right size pipe, a T, a drip leg, a gas stop, a union, that's how it should look. Make the job look professional, save time, save mess. It's a win-win all the way around. You can find every single thing about Legend Press CSG, and that stands for carbon steel gas fitting, at our website, shop.abledistributors.com. Thank you.